I'll start with basic marzipan, which I'll cut into shapes and dip into chocolate. So I'll pour in my 1 3/4 cups of ground almonds. The next step is to create a sugar syrup to pour into the ground almonds. So to make that syrup, it's a combination of a cup of sugar and a 1/4 cup of honey. And honey really separates homemade from store-bought marzipan. This combination of sugar and honey also works to help preserve the marzipan, so it keeps in your pantry for up to a month. To help liquefy the syrup, just 2 tablespoons of water. And I'm ready to put this on high heat. And you want to stay put with this and give it a stir as it comes to a full boil. I've reached my boil, and it smells fantastic. I'm just going to give it a check to make sure my sugar is fully liquefied within the syrup, which it is. I'll turn on the food processor and add the syrup while it's running. This will further grind up the almonds, turning it into that smooth paste. Oh, you can really smell the honey in that hot syrup. But now's a perfect time to add the last ingredient, my almond extract. It is 100% up to you how much almond to add. In fact, you can leave it out altogether and just go with that natural almond taste, or add a splash, or even up to a full teaspoon. Get a piece of plastic wrap ready here, but you can see how thick the marzipan is. And as it cools, it sets up. Since you tend to buy prepared marzipan in long rolls, why not make your homemade the same way? Twist your plastic wrap around to tighten it up. Now I'll let the marzipan cool. And wrapped like this, it is shelf stable. There's no need to refrigerate it, and it'll keep up to a month in your pantry. And after it's cooled, it's ready to roll. So I'm just going to use half of the recipe. And you can use any choice of cutter you'd like. I look for basically a 2-bite shape. And instead of rolling in flour, you want to roll your marzipan in icing sugar. So you dust your work surface with a little icing sugar. And then before I start rolling, I like to soften it up, just under the warmth of my hands. And just like rolling out a cookie dough, you roll out your marzipan. I'm going for about a 1/4 inch thick. Because of that sugar syrup base, the marzipan is just so flexible, and you'll find it doesn't crack, won't toughen up. You've kind of got the perfect little treat here. There we go. And the nice thing about marzipan is you can roll and re-roll and re-roll again until you've used up every little bit. But for that finishing touch, how about we dip these in chocolate? I'll grab 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. You can use milk or dark chocolate, whatever you choose. And if you want, you can use good old chocolate chips or baking chocolate. I've got a pot with 1 inch of water that I'll bring back up to just below a simmer. And there we go. The chocolate is melted, so it's time for some dipping. I like to immerse the marzipan bites just halfway into the chocolate. Give it a little shake, and then drop it back down on the tray. That way you can see that it's marzipan, and you've just got that perfect hint of chocolate. This has become my dad's new favorite treat at holiday time. After I finish dipping this tray, I'll pop it in the fridge for 10 minutes to set the chocolate, and then the marzipan bites are ready to enjoy.